Hey, welcome to the video. I'm just going to talk about Crime and Punishment, which I've been reading. I've just finished the first part, so this is the edition that I've got. And I think it's an edition from the 70s, and it's pretty good. I was unsure about the translation because it doesn't say who translated it, and I know a lot of old Russian translations were kind of garbage. Like they were serviceable in bringing those books to a wider audience, but I'd prefer like a modern translation for a contemporary audience. And this translation's pretty good. Um, yeah, I haven't really found any problems with it. I mean, obviously, I can't compare it to the original, but it reads well. And if I was to read it again after I finish, I might check another translation out and see how they compare. But yeah, it's pretty good. It's also this version has like images, like drawings of the characters in different scenes, which adds a lot of life to a lot of key moments, and also like sort of helps solidify the characters in your heads. Oh, in my head, helps solidify the characters in my head of what they're like. There's not that many drawings. Maybe there's like one every like 20 or 30 pages. But yeah, they're pretty good. It's quite in quite a sketchy style, which matches Dostoevsky's like caricature. He does a lot of caricatures, where he is sort of like briefly outlines a character and outlines a scene, and sort of draws your attention to like kind of features or personality quirks, or just like something that a character would observe in these people that the author is portraying. So I've just read the first part of Crime and Punishment, which obviously tackles the crime part of Crime and Punishment. So I'm really to see. I don't want to spoil it too much in case you read it and you don't know what happens, but I'm interested to see what the ramifications are of the first part and how that plays out and how those plot points are resolved. It'll be quite interesting, seeing how that happens. There's also like quite strong social commentary aspects to it. He's obviously pointing out a lot of things that he's seen or has happened to him or happened to people he knows, or just things he's noticed, or from bits of conversation that he's had with people. It's very like it's very observant. And another thing I found interesting about Crime and Punishment is it really gets into the head of the main character, but it doesn't. Sorry, it doesn't. It doesn't like use the stream of consciousness technique, which I'm quite used to with a lot of modernist authors. Obviously, Crime and Punishment and Dostoevsky predate modernism. But yeah, it's interesting because he's describing the character, like what the character's thinking about, and like his thought processes. But it's not actually like exactly just like word, like it's not a depiction of the character's thoughts, which is something I'm quite used to because a lot of contemporary authors and a lot of like modernist authors that I read and postmodern authors definitely try to capture thoughts like on the page in a very direct way, whereas this author Dostoevsky doesn't really do that. I'm enjoying it so far. Hopefully, I have the momentum to kind of like push through it. Yeah, so I'm getting through it, but yeah, I do have a tendency of flicking through and changing books quite often. So I'm trying to kind of make this video stick to crystallize this book in my head and stick with it. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Anyway, this is kind of a test video of a new setup. I definitely need to get a light that shines this way, but it may be a new camera, but we'll see. I mean, it's just kind of, we're just testing things out. Anyway, that's kind of my reading update. Reading Crime and Punishment, liking it. We'll see how I get through it, and I'll probably have a lot more thoughts about it when I get to the end. So, yeah, cheers.